My name is Charlie Deal. I'm the chef and owner of Jujube Restaurant in Chapel Hill and the soon-to-be-open Dos Perros restaurant in downtown Durham. By now, possibly Dos Perros is actually already open. This book, My Uncle Oswald by Roald Dahl, is actually it's really dear to my heart, and in fact, it was the namesake for my first restaurant I ever opened back in California in Santa Cruz. And I named it. It was funny, we just called the restaurant Oswald, and there was often confusion as to what it stood for. Of course, everyone thought it was some homage to Lee Harvey Oswald, which was sort of random and certainly not intentional. Oswald Cornelius is his full name, and he was a globe-trotting bon vivant. And the thing about the book that really drew me in and made it such a great thing to name a restaurant after was the fact that regardless, when he was narrating, he was talking about this or that, he always would get sidetracked and talk about a particular bottle of wine or a great lobster salad he had. And so you could tell, and it turns out that Roald Dahl is a huge food and wine buff. He's actually, I think he actually wrote a critique on a Robert Parker book, who's actually a noted wine critic. And so, and you can tell by reading that the guy knows what he's talking about. The thing about what I love of this book is it's kind of racy, but it's something that I regret the state that our society has gotten to the point where a book like this is almost taboo. You know, it's a fun adventure. It's about living life and loving it, and there's sex involved, which is natural and real, and something that is a purpose of species. And yet sometimes we get so sidetracked and get so fixated on the naughty elements of it because we kind of that somebody can't just write a great adventure that happens to involve that without it becoming some sort of risque thing. It's a fun book. The story basically is that Oswald Cornelius, he hears a tale from one of his father's old friends. I shouldn't even tell you the story about the book. It's actually such a quick read, and really fun. Takes place all over the world. You meet Monet and Kings and Picasso and whatnot, all through his sort of this crazy get-rich-quick scheme. And I promise you, if you pick this book up on a Friday afternoon, you'll be done with it by Saturday. You won't put it down. Your significant other will be bugging you about why you're just reading this book this whole time. It's something that I read this years ago, and I pick it up every now and then and read it again, just because it's so much fun, and you'll find out for yourself.